everyone, and happy Easter. I'm going to say it straight away to anyone who celebrates Easter, and happy Sunday to those who do not celebrate Easter. I hope everyone is having a lovely weekend, and we are here with Roxy's Journal of Stitchery, and we're going to work on these jugs because they need to stand out more. So, this one I made bigger. It was too small. I went through all of that and put it on, and I said it's too small to my sister, and then I made it bigger. And I've also started working on, can you see? Yes, I've started working on this. I'm just picking up bits. I'm not going to do those bits, but I'm picking up bits and pieces and highlighting them. And I'm going to couch something around the outside as well to make it neater and more distinguished. And I've been chatting to my mum this morning. Can you see? Yes. And I've decided to couch this around the outside. And then I'm going to do colouring in on the blue stripes to give it some more texture to make it stand out more. So I'll show you the couching, but I might not finish it because I want to show you all the different bits that I want to do. Now I think I want to use this needle. It's a long sharp needle by Prym, P-R-Y-M, and I don't know what number it is. I never know because I take them all out of the packet. Okay, like the thicker wools don't go in this one, but I like this sort of longer. I don't like really short needles, I've decided. I have some chenille needles that are shorter. I don't enjoy those ones as much, but sometimes you have to use them. Oh, excuse me, I need another one threaded because I need to couch. Ding dong. I'm going to find just a Molyneux thread in a similar, I don't think I have the same colour. I don't have a really nice navy blue in these threads. I have this one, but I don't have much of that's the wrong colour anyway. I don't have much of it, so I don't think it'd be enough. So maybe I'll just go with this one. It's not the same, but you won't be able to see it. I don't want to, sometimes like couching that it's nice to use just a contrasting colour, but not in this case. I just want to outline my jug. I'm actually just going to use one. Oh, will I might use two strands. Why not use two? I've got two here. Oh, that's short. I'm not going to keep that. What have I got here? 2 and 2. There we go. I'm also going to do the same with the other jug in the same colour, but I won't do that on screen. And on the other jug, so I was going to bring my iPad in and show you, but I've forgotten it, of course. So I can't show you, but I think it might even be a gentleman who colours in. Let's see if we can do this Milner's needle. Looks like it might be the 18 or the number before. There's a gentleman who colours in a bit on the twile-like fabrics. So that's what I thought I would do on the jug over there. Right, so I've got that. I need the 2. So let's just slide that one in there. And so what you do with the couching is I put a knot, come up, and then just hold it across, and then I've got to come up with this one. So that needle I don't need anymore until I need to end off. And I'm just putting it next to my jug, and I'm just sliding in and couching a border around it just to help it stand out more. And we'll do it until I run out of this thread, and then we'll start some of the other bits that I want to do. Being careful, trying to be careful not to leave a gap. Can you just see that? It's just going to give it an edging. I think I might do this on my vase over there as well that I still have to finish colouring in a bit. It's just going to give them that distinguish them a little bit from the background. Next week is the new prompt week. I think that's correct, Sarah. You will correct me if I'm wrong. I'm enjoying taking my time on this too. I work on it not every single night, but most nights, like maybe 4 or 5 nights a week, I'll get to work on it. And I'm just enjoying working on it slowly and contemplating what I'm doing, and because I am fly by the seat of my pants as far as the composition has been and what's going to happen next, but I am just slowly working on my embroidery. My little architects are talking about computer programs in the other room. When Lulu's quite attached to me, but when she was little, she was particularly attached to me, and I used to say to her, Dad, don't worry, she'll become very attached to you as she gets older, you know, father-daughter relationship. And I mean, Lulu and I love to chat, but I said to them the other day, you guys have a lot in common. Don't know whether you realize quite how much you have in common. Now, because, well, they both have the same passion. So here, what I'm going to do, so I can turn the corner easily, is I'm actually going to bring that down there. So I'm going to come over here. Oh, no, I'll go down, and then I'll come back around the corner. I need to bring it a bit closer. Put my stitch in. I don't want to pull that down yet because I'll stitch my thread when it's underneath. I'm just going to get it going, and then I'll come down, and then I'm going to come back up straight away. Does that make sense? Okay. Listen to them giggling away, the two of them. Okay, so I'm going to come down here, and then as close as I can to it, like I might even pop in up here so I don't come in through the same hole. I'm going to come back up, and then that's going to go around there like that. Just got to keep the thread out of my way, otherwise I'll be stitching into it. So I hope everyone who's endeavoured to do this project has enjoyed it. I've absolutely loved it. I didn't think I would love it so much. It's been a challenge, but I've really enjoyed it. And I think we've probably all learnt a few things here and there, different things. I've certainly learnt a lot. Things like, the layering and trying to make things stand out is really probably one of the hardest things. Unless you do a super plain background, but of course that's not me, is it? I like to complicate my life and have a busy background because I like all the fabrics. You know, my love is the first and primemost flowers and the fabric. So I can't help myself. So then I have to deal with my personality, the consequences of my personality. When I suffered that road rage that I told you all about, I don't know, it's been a while now, hasn't it? A few years. My mother-in-law said to me, you gave the lady the bird and she deserved it and she gave it back to you, but she said in giving her the bird, you need to then deal with the consequences of the bird. So there you go. So I do think about that. I thought they were very, very clever words from her. She's a very clever lady, my mother-in-law. Very knowledgeable about things, and I do like to talk to her about the happenings in the world. She really is very good. And initially, like, I don't always understand some of the things that go on here, and she is very good at explaining. That's the professor in her. And she's also very clever and very, able to explain things in a very clear and concise fashion. She's also a very empathetic person, which I like. Has a lot of empathy. Okay, so this is getting short. I'll just do a couple more stitches. And it's very subtle. Thanks, Mum. It's very subtle. Mum said to do a stem stitch around, and I said, I think I might couch. We haven't done any couching in my project. I think Sarah, you've done some couching maybe in yours. I can't think. So Sarah, I rang her. I spoke to her last week, and I hadn't watched her video yet, and she was saying to me, she said, oh my goodness, we haven't even talked to each other for about 5 days, and we've done the same thing in our video. And I'm like, what are you talking about? You did needle turn applique a few weeks ago, and then I watched her video, and there she was needle turning. So we did the same thing without even consulting with one another or knowing that we were going to be doing the same thing. Mum was asking where my frame was, and I said to her, the big frame, my table frame, absolutely love it. I put it in the box and put it downstairs because I don't need it at the moment. So it was really great when I was especially sort of appliquing on my pieces, because it kept everything taut, and it was good when I first started the embroidery. Now I'm getting in and doing all the little details. I am finding it easier now to have it. I don't need it taut because it's very thick. It kind of sits there taut anyway. But yeah, it's easier to sort of have it on my lap and work on the details. Not in the frame. No, I mean, it's easy in the frame and you get less of a sore back, but I can go faster. That's what I want to say. I told Mum I'm going faster with it in my lap at the moment. So this long piece is going to get quite a long way around. I wasn't thinking we were going to be doing this much. Oops. I have a hole in my middle finger with a callus, and if the needle slips in there, it's very painful, and dry bits on my thumb it's all from the stitching, which is a good sign because it means I've been able to get a lot of stitching done. When I don't have them, it means I'm not getting any stitching done. I didn't share with you, I went to the antique market, was it last weekend, with my mother-in-law? I don't often share everything that I buy because I buy a lot of it for my business too. Well, for me and my business. I keep some, of course, and share the rest. And I sort of stock up, but that market is finished now for the year. And so there's a lady there. She doesn't always bring me good stuff, but she brought, I'll show you, I've got it here somewhere. I got a lot of very, very old 1800s little bits and pieces of embroideries that she's recuperated from something, but they're small silk embroideries. I mean, they're beautiful. And then she had just a box of all these metallic laces, and she was just telling me where they all came from, and I'll show you at the end of the video. And I was just envisioning I'm going to make some big hearts, really elaborate, beautiful hearts, and I've pinned one together already. So I'm pretty excited to get onto that. Now that I've finished my Easter stitching, I can slot in some other things. So that might be, I don't know, it might be a future video, not at the moment. I need to sort of elaborate ideas. They could also be a course, because I think they're beautiful. So, oh, I need to go down here. Just a minute. I'll go down, and then I need to come up. See how it just pulls out a little bit tight, and I need to come up. Let's just get this going to there. And then I need to come up again. Just find I can get my nice corners done if I do it that way. And I'm just going to come up here. I don't think it's in the same hole, and it will go down over there. Good. So I can put my couching stitch in here. So really I probably could have done this not needle turn, but it does give that sort of rounded shape around the edge. So I'm just going to come up here and because I would normally need to turn this around, but I'll just do it this way. So I can hold that down, but I can do it like this. We're getting quite a way around. I need to come in and do that bit as well, but we won't do that today. I'm just going to finish this thread off. See, I can pull my thread too a little bit tauter because I'm not going in the thread, as I'm not holding it in its correct spot. It's a glorious day today. I'm going to pull out my summer clothes, I think, and just, it's a layering time of the year, so it's a little bit cold at night and nice in the day, where you just might need to wear a long sleeve sort of t-shirt, that sort of thing, and a light jumper or sweater for those of you in the States. I even said it with a ruhr, sort of like rolling my R's a little bit like you guys do. So that kind of weather. It's the time of the year when our weather is not exactly, it's probably a bit warmer in Australia at the moment, but it's similar. It can be similar. And when you're couching, you can have the thread that you're couching down. You can, as I have quite a long piece because you're not going in and out with it, so it doesn't, especially with the wool, it doesn't damage or anything like that as you go with the friction going through the fabric. It's a little bit thicker up here because I've got multiple layers going on. Oh, I'm stuck in my pin, my needle, I should say. So let's just give that a tug. I'm going to end this one off. Just imagine the actual number. Try to imagine how many stitches have gone into this piece. The amount of stitches that are in there are mind-boggling. This is a DMC 161. It's pretty old. All of my DMCs are pretty old, so the number could have changed. They sometimes, when they finish a dye lot, they discontinue them. They will bring out one that's very similar, but there could be, of course, because it's dyed, there could be a slight variation, and that one's got a knot in it. Well, that's no good. I have to snip that off. It's going to be shorter. I might as well use it. Even though it's shorter, I'll be changing quickly. I'm sitting on my foot. I better put it down on the ground. I can feel it's falling asleep, and then I'll be nearly falling over when I get up. Okay, so let's do this bit first. Go down into my corner there and then bring it up. Pull it. I'm going to go down in there. And then come up here and start working around the curve. And here I'm going to put in a stitch to hold that better in place. And then I can come up here and start to hold that in place. It's very subtle, but doing the job. Don't tell me we're going to get all the way around here. As I said, I wasn't planning that, but I don't want to cut it. I don't need to. I might as well finish. Oh, we're back in the soft here because there's not too many layers. It's almost time to be able to bring that down there. I'm going to put my foot on the ground. Oh, yep, fallen asleep. Oh, that was such hard work the other day, decluttering. So in my, it's a big bookshelf. It's wrought iron. I had seen them on Pinterest, and I said to Steffi, I'd really love one of those. It's all like squares, but it's wrought iron. So the shelves are not long shelves. It's like cubicles, but the frame is wrought iron, so it's thin, so you can see right through. They're not cubicles with walls, if you know what I mean, like those white IKEA ones. So it's very light, and then the shelf part is lovely wood. And I'd seen them a lot on Pinterest and thought that would look very nice in our place. And so Steffi, of course, because he's an architect, he has all kinds of people that, you know, artisans and stuff that can get stuff done like that. So he had a ironmonger and he made the frame, and then our friend who made all of our cupboards and stuff, and we got our kitchen from them, he did the wood for us. So I had to, it's been very, I just had filled it with books. Juanette saw it. It was all filled with books, lots of, you know, well, of course, nice books. And so sometimes when I go to the antique market, I'm like, oh no, I can't part with that one, and I just put them in the bookshelf, and it was jam packed. So but I really wanted it to be, I wanted to have some objects in there, and so I decluttered it with the books. And so I will be, as I've mentioned, put those. I've already sold the ledgers, have gone. Thank you so much, everybody. I had been holding on to those, but they were more for, I was going to make packs with them, but I don't have time. I might as well just sell the whole thing as it is. So that's done, and it's just so much nicer. There's breathing space in there, and even though it did look lovely with our old books en masse, it was kind of, you know, it was just a wall of books really. So I've tidied it up now, and I do like pretty things. So, and then Lulu and I went yesterday, when we went to the supermarket, we also went to this shop that I originally thought it was a pot shop. I had bought some beautiful faux terracotta pots there, and that I don't have anymore. I gave them to Steph's aunt because I don't have a garden. Like, we do have a garden in our building, but it's not my garden. So anyway, and then when I went and bought those, it was like 20 years ago, nearly 19 years ago. I went inside, and oh my goodness, it was a treasure trove of beautiful faux flowers and objects and gorgeous furniture, indoor, outdoor furniture, oh, you name it, was a decorating shop. And they've obviously had a roaring business, because the lady was telling me they've been there for 40 years, which is really amazing for a business to in this day and age. You know, they come and go, don't they? To survive 40 years and have such loyal customers. And I've bought many things there. I've told her over the years I've popped in, and I remember I bought, I think when Steph's gran died, I think I went in there and I bought flowers and I arranged them and I gave them to my mother-in-law to, you know, to put on his granny's grave. They're still there. They've been there for like 15 years and they've all faded in the sunlight and the elements. They're still there. They've still got the bunch of flowers that I gave them. Oh yeah, that reminds me, my mother-in-law, she fell a few days after my mum did. My mum's getting better. She said her ribs are a little bit sore. They obviously had a trauma, one or two ribs, but she's getting better. But my mother-in-law twisted her knee. She's still limping. She's had a scan. She had an x-ray and they didn't come up with anything, but it wasn't getting better. So she went and had a scan and it's a mess. Like, she's got tendon damage, she's got cartilage damage where the rotary thing is, and her bones swollen. So she's been to the knee specialist, and I might ask her today, but from the vague thing that Steffi told me, I think I think it has to get better by itself. We thought she was thinking she might have to have surgery, but I don't think so. So that's going to go down there. We've got all the way around, and then I just have to do the handle, but I won't do that now because I wanted to start working on other bits. Oh, that's thick there. Now, just a minute, what's happening here? There we go. I'm going to end that off. Oh, we made that. Was a perfect length, wasn't it? Just went right round. I'm considering this a milk jug. Reminds me of one that my mum had. You know, that English earthenware with the stripes. I think it might have been my granny's. And I always loved it. I think mum still has it. But it has big, wide stripes. Of course, this is a mattress ticking, but we do what we can. As we know, I'm a fan of ticking, so this is perfect for my piece, to have a bit of that on there. I'm also a very big fan of these sorts of things. The hand towels, or in France they call them, I think they call them touchon, which I don't know what that means. It must mean hand towel. Okay, so that's done. Now my next job is I'm going to couch along on the thin, or I could just do a stem stitch. I'll decide that afterwards. Let's have a look. See, I could do it in this colour, keep it in that colour. I don't think I'll use that colour. I'm going to get too much. Well, quite like it. Get all the different colours. I could go bright and have that colour. No, I don't think that goes. My other choice is, this is my fleur thread. I would be concerned with this one that I don't have enough to complete it. So I'm thinking this one is the go, but let me just quickly look in my drawer if I have anything else. Now that I have organised all of my threads. Oh, I do. I have this. I'm going to use that one. That's it. I'm glad I looked in my drawer. These were just in my basket in the other room that I carry. Oh no, where's my needle gone? I think I put it in there. Is that it? Hopefully that's it. I can drop it. It'll go on my foot if I dropped it. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to use this. This is, where did I buy this? I think I bought this in Lana Grossa Diversa print. Don't know. I bought it in, I think I bought it in Milan. So I'm going to take that off. Anyway, Lana Grossa must be the, Lana Grossa is the brand. Looks like it might be German. Is it because it's www.lanagrossa with 2 S's .de is what I can read there. So there you go. So I'm going to use this. This is going to be it. Let's see how we go with it. I did ask her if, because I really love the color of it. I remember asking her if did she think I could get away with embroidering with it, because it's clearly not for embroidery. And she said that she thought so because it has something in there, I can't remember what, that makes it more robust and resilient. I can certainly feel something in it. I don't know if it will go in this pin. No, it did go in that needle, which is great because I like this. I seem to be able to get through the fabrics easier. Now, will I start in the center? I'm just going to do, rather than satin stitch that way, I'm going to go across and I'm going to just do a short and long stitch. I may need my pliers. Oh no, it's all right. I thought I might struggle. I thought it might be struggle city. I think that will be, it's pretty short. I'm going to come up next to it. It's just going to give it a bit of texture. That's my short stitch. This is going to be my long stitch. I'm just going to get it done quickly. I'm going to get a bit of movement of colour with this too, because the thread is variegated. And then I could even change colour for the other stripe, but I think I'll get this done and then decide. So I just like to show you what I'm going to be working on. This, I mean, I'm not going to get this all done now, but I just get it started and show you, so that way you know the process of what it's going to be, what's going to happen during the week when I sit and work on it in the evening. I don't do very even short and long stitch, so then you come up where your short one is and do a long one. About to there, I don't know. I just make it up. And then of course you have your, this one needs to go then longer than that one. So they're sort of stepped stitches. They're not, you know, all even. So it kind of blends the stitches in with each other. It's my short stitch. And I've got one more, I think I've got one more, a long stitch to do. Yes, I've got a little short stitch there. I probably didn't need that many stitches, but it's a bit of an approximate process. You could also do rows and rows of split stitch, would get similar look. In fact, I might prefer that. I might do that on the other ones, you never know. Let's just pull that ahead and see where it's supposed to go about there. I'll bring it up a bit closer. See, I'm very messy and haphazard with my work. I think if I do split stitch, it'll just get a similar look to this, but I think I don't have to think about it quite as much. This thread is perfectly fine. I'm very happy with it. Just make sure I don't get super long lengths, because it's when the friction of going through the fabric all the time is what makes them become difficult to maneuver. The fibers start to separate. And I haven't decided about the beige. I may just leave the beige. I don't know. I'm going to do all my stripes first and then work that out. I can't even see where I need to go there. Oh, there, you're going there somewhere. Okay, I'll need to end this off. Just in time. Love that thread. So you don't have to just get the hanks. You can, and this was cheaper too than the hanks. So yeah, that's going to be all of the rows. I am going to couch on, I think I might couch on this one, just to help, and it will only be very slight, and I'll couch it just a little bit more there. And I think, yeah, just there. I think I will do, I'm going to try the split stitch. So I'm just going to start another row just to have a little look at that, how that goes. I've gotten a shorter length, I think, because I just think it'll do better. So let's try here. So split stitch is when you go, it's like a back stitch, but when you come back into do your back stitch, you come back and split into your stitch. So I'll do shorter stitches here in this case. I'm just working on a very thick piece because there's more layers, I can feel them. So I'm going to do a longish back stitch, and then you split, bring your needle in there. Probably a bit slower than doing the other, and then I can, it's just a bit slower than doing the other one. So I'll just see what I prefer. I might, or I could do the short and long but do shorter stitches. I was just thinking those stitches were a bit long. I'll leave them there now. You won't even notice in the scheme of things. But I think this is what I'm going to do to colour this in, is the shorter split back stitch, even though I went forward there. I do that whatever I can to make my thread last longer. Yeah, I think I'm going to do rows of that. So all I'll do, I'll probably end up doing 4 or 5 rows, depends how wide, how quickly it fills up, of split back stitch, instead of doing the short and long, although I quite like the rippiness of it, but I think this will give a nice texture as well. So that's how I'm going to do those, and then I'm going to couch on the navy, the chambray sort of navy that we did around the outside. That's going to go on the thin stripes. So it'll be a very subtle, I've unthreaded. Anyway, I'll leave that. So that's what's going to happen there. And then I'll decide about this if I want to do anything there. So then I wanted to move over to this one. This is I've never done this before. So this is, am I recording? Yes, I've never done this before, so who knows how it's going to turn out. And I've got lots of colour. Did I bring it? I thought I brought some. Oh, I brought this colour in. I thought I might put some of that in the leaves. So let's take some of that. This one's quite thick, but it is wonderful. And I'll just grab a thicker, you know, a chenille needle. This is a chenille needle, one of the bigger ones. It's not the blunt. No, it's not blunt. Not a tapestry needles are blunt. They've got rounded tips. And so then you have trouble getting through your fabric. So I think I'm only going to do a little bit. So I might start here. And I'm going to add bits of colour in, but not everywhere. Hopefully you can see. Now, if you want to zoom in, if you're on a device, you just do that with your hand, not quite as fast, and zoom in that way. Now I have to be careful not to do too much. I'll tell you why, because I've got a lot going on. And so I think that's going to be the hard bit, is knowing how much will I do. So maybe I'll use this thread on a few of the bigger leaves. I also don't want to lose the twiliness of it all, if that makes sense. Just put a few stitches on this side. And don't forget, this is going to be outlined as well. So I'm going to just do that. We'll choose another one to do. Yeah. I'll do this one over here. I'm not sure if I'm going to put any on that one. I'll decide. We'll do a little bit in here, and not in the really shaded bits, just in the lighter bits. Something thick down there. Need my pliers. I'll cope. It's going to give my jug a little bit of texture, even though jugs are smooth. Oh, and I wanted to show you those flowers up there. I've started work on them, and I've decided to do, I'll show you them in a sec, just a minute. We'll finish this thread off. Because I've got I have a lot of pink in this. I'm thinking I'm going to choose a light blue, something in there variegated to go in there, and in different shades. I don't think I'm going to put any pink. I might do some purple, things that have a bit of purple in them. I'm not even going to put any of this colour on that side, but I wanted to show you these other flowers as well. I'll just end this off because I'm at the end. that I decided they're white. They're kind of white and grey, and I'm not going to do them that colour because these ones, I don't think they'll show out. So what I'm doing is I'll do the centres of them, and I've just started outlining them in this colour. I'm loving this. So I don't even know where it came from. So I'm outlining them in that, and that's all there. And then they'll have the bit of orange, possibly something in the centre. Still got to do the centres of those. But I'm not going to colour them in, sort of thing. And I'll do that down here, and I think that'll be really good down here. I've nearly finished this flower, and I've started working on that one. I've got to do outlining on that one. I don't want to colour it in until I outline, because I found the ones that I coloured in first and then outlined, that was hard. I need to outline that one as well. But slowly, I'm getting there. I've put the purple in there. I've got to do that one. I've still got the light blue to do there. I might still do that. Yep, so you can see this is going to start getting some good colour. I just want to see what's in here. So, for example, I have these are nice. I might put those in there. I might get a brighter one. And then I might use a bit of the Fleur in there. I'm going to have these colours and maybe do a bit of an orangey or something in there. I don't know, but it's not going to be everything. It's just going to be sporadic here and there, and then the outlining is going to happen. So that is where I'm at with this. A lot of work still to do. Absolutely loving it and enjoying not rushing. I wanted to show you those. I promised I'd show you those bits and pieces that I got. They're mostly from the 1800s. Some could be 17. And she has very painstakingly taken them off damaged things. And they're metal. There's an element of textile, and then it's the metal threads. And she said it's a nightmare. I'm going to have to put them somewhere so they don't get all twisted. But look at that. It's all metal, that one. So metal laces. This is a silvery sort of one. These are some of my favorites. She said that these, they would have fabric, sort of festoon sort of things wrapped around when there's like a special occasion in the church. These she thinks are 1800. They'd be wrapped around these swags of fabric that go wrap around the columns, and they'd have this trim on it. So you can quite often get large meterage of it. And then these, I love these. And then gold, I got that beautiful tassel. It's all metal there. And that's another one of those. There's one with a stripe. That's my favorite. I've got a pinky gold one as well, but not from her. Oh, these, look at those. That's an embroidery taken off something. And excuse me, tassel, not tassel, fringe. That's what I wanted to say. Thought that was beautiful. That's all silk embroidery. It feels like it's on a linen there. Could be a moire. No, that's linen. Often I've found them. I forgot these. I'm going to send, I think Mum would like one of those there. And I just love that. All metal. And I hadn't chosen them to start off with, but then I was looking at other things, at the embroideries, and then I was waiting because I was in there getting things. Then, you know, when there's a stall, I love that. I'm just going to keep that. I might couch it onto something. I should have bought more. She had a whole lot of that. You know, when there's people at a stall, and it just attracts other people because they want to know what's happening. Then there's this. This was hung on something. I haven't decided. So at first glance, Steph and I thought it was a swimsuit. I mean, you know, the swimsuit with the tassel hanging down. Silly man. I don't know. I think I could make a beautiful little pouch out of that. That would be nice. Oh, I could do that. It's got loops. Could thread, and then it could. Oh, there you go. That's going to become a pouch. I'm not selling any of it. It's just, this is sort of fun things that I collect. This beautiful, I have to stitch that onto something. And here's the stripy one. Look at that. That's one of my favorites. I love that. And then all these little silk embroideries that just came off things. I just thought they were beautiful. So I'm just going to slowly do things with them. Little bits and pieces. That one's, I mean, that is tiny. Imagine stitching that. I couldn't stitch that. And then it's got tiny little sequins across there and then metal stitchery. There's another one. Just beautiful. So they were my finds. I mean, I don't sell these things. I have to separate all of that because they're not common things to find. I think they're all attached. They were meant to be attached. Oh, I see. It's meant to be attached, but I might separate it. I'll see once I splay it all out and have a good look at it. I'll work. Isn't that wonderful? Work out what it is. There's a few more in there, but I wanted to then show you. I've got to put them in. I need a box to put them in. And then I got. No, this is the heart that I'm putting together. I'm really excited. I got that beautiful piece. There's a piece of that. Some of my laces. That little embroidery. I'm going to embroider this up here. There's going to be all stitches and beading and all kinds of stuff happening, and maybe I don't know, a pom-pom trim or onion trim around. I don't know. It's just it's a work in progress. I might embroider that further to make that stand out more. And that is just a scrappy piece of fabric that I had sitting around. I've got lots of fabrics like that. I want to make really luscious hearts, and it's going to be quite big. So two hands there. So anyway, I hope you have a wonderful Easter. I'm going to stop gas bagging. You can tell I'm enjoying everything here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful Sunday with your family, and or do something exciting, and I will see you again soon. Bye.